You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matt Gertz and Jesse Landers.
Fucking live. We're bringing another one of these episodes out to the fucking world.
Number 27.
Number 27, we're there already. It seems like just yesterday.
We're on number 2.
Plotting this crazy scheme out.
So I know you just ate, so you're probably not hungry.
Not hungry. Which is good because I was worried about the syndrome that we both fall into talking about food all episode long if we're hungry before.
Well, I hope none of the listeners are hungry because we're talking about food again.
And especially what we're talking about. I couldn't go into that hungry. I would have had to cut mid-episode and leave.
Right?
Go get food.
It would not have worked out well. You want to have a full stomach. We hope you've eaten because we're talking about buffets in Vegas. We went to a couple buffets.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was fun. I remember the one. I don't know if we went to 2. I can't remember. I think we might have went to a breakfast one and the regular one, but I just remember the one we went to for normal time was not on par. I wasn't too happy. Everything tasted a little weak.
Yeah, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't one of the top ones.
It was I would compare the food to TV dinner, but that's a terrible representation of Vegas buffets.
There's some good ones out there.
The best buffets in the world are probably in Vegas, Sin City.
A few that I'll name off here. Bacchanal buffet at Caesar's Palace. That one's supposed to be world renowned.
Yeah, I've heard of that in shows.
And there's another one at the Rio, which is an they have not all, but mostly seafood buffet, and it's called
that's cool.
Village Seafood at the Rio Hotel.
I always think about that scene from Vegas Vacation with fucking Randy Quaid in the buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff in his pockets.
Best $1.49 buffet in town.
Well, you got to get your money's worth. They can be expensive.
Yeah,
they can be upwards,
one plate.
They can be upwards
one
of
plate.
$40-$50, you know.
Oh, they're worth it though. Oh my god. We're definitely going to hit the buffets hard. We might have to get the pass because a lot of these buffets have an all-day pass.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was about to get into. There's a 24-hour buffet pass that you can get. It's $50. At least this one specifically is $50.
But when you're talking about eating in Vegas in general, I mean, what are you going to eat? $50 we easily spent on dinner and drinks.
Oh, yeah, that's one meal, if not more.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if you just go there for 2 meals and then go out at night, you're still saving a ton between breakfast and lunch, in 2 different places.
Definitely. And that's the cool thing is it doesn't have to just be one place. There's a pass called Buffet of Buffets that gets you into the buffets at the Flamingo, at Harrah's, at Paris, at Planet Hollywood, and at Rio.
Damn. Can you say we're buying that? What?
And then there's also, you can get into that Caesars one and the Rio one for a little extra fee.
So because they're the shit.
So I've been reading up on it. This is how you get the most out of this.
Yep.
You pay your $50, and the way it works is you have 24 hours from when you buy your pass. So what you want to do, if you want to get 4 meals out of this.
Oh my god, I already know where you're going.
Here, let me try and get it out. You go late at night, an hour before the place you want to eat at closes. You buy the 24-hour pass. You eat there for the last hour as a late dinner. Now that gives you you sleep the whole night, which kind of feels like a waste, but they're not open anyway. So you're not wasting time or anything because they wouldn't be
sleep period's there
be
no matter
accessible.
what. Yeah.
So you sleep when they're not open. Then the next morning you get up, go to breakfast at another buffet. Do an early breakfast. Then you do a lunch, and then you do an early dinner. And you're able to fit 4 in on the 24-hour
You could go
pass for
crazy.
$50.
If it's a true 24-hour, you could just do the small meals all day. Just stop it at different buffets.
True. If you're wanting to do
5, 6, if you're a madman.
You wanted to do the whole wheel of them?
Yeah, man. You got to check off the list.
But I mean, even if you get 3 meals out of it, if you get 4, you could do it another way too, where it's just you do that. You do like, breakfast, small lunch, another like late small lunch. Do like a brunch and then like a late lunch and then early dinner, and just eat light, but eat at different places.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, you're talking. How many were there? There was 5 or 6 different buffets there.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go the extra route, 7, 8 maybe.
Yeah, there's at least 5, and then, if you want to pay for 2 more, you get 7 out of it. We're not endorsed by them at all. I've just been doing some research because me and Matt are going in May.
You could say we're junior buffet advocates, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. And if you're going to, like, indulge anywhere, Vegas is the place to do it in terms of eating good food, having a good time.
Such good food, man. Sushi is great there. We're going to hit the Korean barbecue after your trip to Korea. We're definitely going to check out what's going on there for that. But every place we ate at was, like, amazing there.
Definitely. I'm just reading further into some of the articles here, and it says that someone actually tried to squeeze 5 meals in. They did 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m., and 9:30 the next day.
Oh, as long as you get in before.
So you do late breakfast, and then you do 4 meals that first day.
See.
And then, I mean, even if you combined the 2 p.m. and the 6 p.m. and just did a regular lunch.
See, I wasn't even thinking that. You have to be there the minute before,
Yep.
Before that expires. Because they check at the front gate, like, and then they let you're free.
So, once you're in, like, even if it's past the time you're in.
You literally have 23 hours and 59 minutes to get back. From the moment you scan that.
Yeah, so that's kind of worth trying out, and if we do end up trying it, when we go there, we'll tell you our experience, how many meals we could fit in, how many places we could go.
I say Slacker's going to go for the 5. We'll see.
Why not?
We might get tired out. We'll probably get tired out.
Depends how much you can eat,
It does.
You got to sort of pace yourself, even though it's a buffet. You got to try a little bit of the good things if you're going to try and hit a bunch of them.
You got to do those appetite enhancers, man, that these kids are doing these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would definitely
I hear you put
help.
it in your bong.
Getting blazed definitely helps when it comes to the buffets. So we hope we didn't make you hungry.
Hopefully not. Probably are. We'll help you get through this.
Right.
Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Jesse.
What are you sipping on? Since we're still talking about Vegas.
Yeah, right. Well, my drink of choice for tonight is a vodka tonic, and then before that, I'm just getting to the vodka tonic because I just got through a tea. I'm normally a coffee guy, but we're all out of coffee. The water was already boiling, so I went with a tea. It's called Fruity Pebbles.
Does it taste like Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah, it does kind of taste like Fruity Pebbles.
I would enjoy that tea.
It's like
Fruity
green.
Pebbles.
It's like green
Dang.
tea with like a bunch of other stuff.
That's awesome. That's really good. Yeah, green tea can you can mask that with a lot. So
Right.
like you can add a lot to the flavoring. That sounds really good.
What do you got going on over there?
Man, I'm working on the Brooklyn Brewery Sampler. It's got quite an array. It's got 2 different IPAs, the Brooklyn Scorcher IPA, the Defender IPA. It's got the traditional Brooklyn Lager, which is an all-time favorite of mine.
Good standard.
It's also got it's got the Sriracha Ace Saison. Is that how you say that?
Saison, yep.
Saison, yeah. Which is actually my favorite out of the pack, man. It's
Oh,
got
okay.
like a lemongrass flavor to it, and a little bit of citrus. It's very subtle and nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I gotta say
sounds
overall,
good.
my favorite sampler I've had. I'm digging it.
Because you talked up the Blue Moon one also.
Yeah, I love that cinnamon one, but man, as far as like a palette of different textured beers, man, these 2 IPAs are really good, and they're 2 different beers. Clearly, like it's not like you taste them and they're both like, oh, they got the hops flavor. Like no, there's actually like a unique difference in the taste.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man, definitely would recommend it to people.
Solid one to go out there and try.
Yeah.
Moving
Brooklyn's solid.
moving into our first segment, we have the odd news, bizarre news, like we always like to give to you guys. Question I got for you here, Matt. Have you ever thought about living in a mall?
Oh man, who hasn't? I feel like there's that one movie that has like the girl that lives in Walmart. I've always said like, who the fuck would live in Walmart? I would rather live in the mall, like the good shit. Like, and also like the zombie apocalypse movies that have taken place in the mall. Come on,
True.
like, man, the mall would be so cool. You just like you set up in the camping area, and then you got free roam of everything else. You go to electronics, you're watching TV, grab a snack from like whatever store has food. There's always some type of like maybe a like bodega like store that's in the bottom corner corridor, something like that. You
Right.
can get food there.
You got the whole food court too.
Albany has these little popcorn machines, and I'm sure they're available all night long because they're just plugged in.
There you go. Some late night popcorn.
You literally like pay like quarters, and it dispenses popcorn. It's so weird.
Huh. I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Yeah. In case you need to get your fix.
Well, you don't need to sneak into the mall at night or wait for the zombie apocalypse to make your dreams of spending the night there come true. The Mall of America in Minnesota is paying someone to stay in the mall for 5 days and write about it.
Oh man, dude? That would be so cool.
The
5 days straight? Like, is it like a controlled experiment where you're in like a box, or do you get to like have free range?
No, you got free range. The temporal is technically a writer in residence position, which will be
Okay.
given to one person in honor of the mall's 25th anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's according to Atlas Obscura, the Minnesota Mall is looking for a special scribe to celebrate the mall and its evolution. They're going to give the person free stay of 4 nights in an on-site hotel, because I guess there's hotels connected to the Mall of America. I've never been. It's like a huge mall, though.
Yeah, man. We had the Nyack Mall, the Palisades, which was like 4 stories, but I bet Mall of America is just out of control.
Right? Yeah, that Palisades is probably the biggest one I've been to.
Yeah, and it's probably half the size of Mall of America, I can only imagine.
The person will also be given a $400 gift card to buy food and drinks.
Oh, man, that's cool. There
And
you go.
a generous honorarium. I don't know what that means, though.
See, yeah, like you just gotta stock up at the food court before like they close, I guess.
Right? Entry period ends March 10th. So by the time this episode's out, depending on when you're hearing it, you should be able to enter still.
Get at it real quick. Who knows? You might win.
If you've ever wanted to stay in the mall, have free reign.
It's a life experience, you could say.
Do you just get to go into the back of any store and be like, I'm allowed to?
Yeah,
gave
that's
me
what I was
free
wondering.
reign.
Like, you just like go put on a suit from like the suit store, or, like the tuxedo rental place.
Right.
Like, you're just like, yeah, walking around,
It's like, I'm going to write shitty stuff if you don't let me have as much candy as I want.
dragging a recliner through like J.C. Penney's to the like TV section.
Be like, I'm allowed to do this as long as I write about it.
Yeah, yeah. Taking all the laws into your own hand, right?
Get it out there and apply to this writer's position for the Mall of America.
Yeah. Speaking of the law, by the way, before we get to our next story, we have stumbled across the body cam to the man we covered in our last episode, I Am the Law.
Oh, yes.
The Denton, Texas man who was caught with black makeup smeared across his face, rambling on that he was above the law and that guns were no match with him. We're going to play a little clip of this for you. We can't get enough of it.
Because that's when my interest in someone
I'm
dressed
allowed
like
to
you
break the law.
began.
I'm allowed to break the law. I'm allowed to break the law.
I have no response to that.
It's 4 on 1, and I don't have a
I wouldn't have a
gun.
response either.
4 of you have guns. So take off your gun. Because this is not a fair fight. So are you thugs? Are you thugs here to assassinate me? Yes or no? Are you trying to assassinate me? Yes or no?
No.
No. You're trying to assassinate me right
So
now.
over and over again, he's asking them if they're trying to assassinate him.
Well, were they?
I don't know. Who does he have after him?
Yeah. I think he's a very paranoid man.
Yeah, I want to say, like, the whole time the cops are talking to him, like, he's not cuffed or anything. He has a meth pipe in his hand, and they didn't even realize.
They end
didn't
up
even
pulling
realize
it
it's-
out of his back pocket eventually.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was in his hand the whole time. I thought
It
he
might
had
have
clenched
been.
in his fist.
I couldn't tell. Like, maybe he pulled it out of his pants or something.
Oh, okay. It looked shaky. I thought he just pulled it out of his, like, gripped fist. I was like, oh, okay.
Like a meth magician.
Meth magician. But the
Not
end
to
of
be
this...
confused with a mathematician.
Oh, not at all.
Very different. Don't hire
Yes.
a meth magician to come
set
over
up.
and teach your kid math.
Oh, your kid's going nowhere fast.
Be like,
Kiss
what are all
the
these
Ivy League
beakers, Timmy?
goodbye. The end of this body cam footage, it cuts off abruptly because they probably had to whoop his ass because he was out of control. But the ending is this vibrant, is even more vibrant, I would say.
Hey, whoa, hey. Let's walk. You gonna walk? You gonna walk? Alright. Let's sit him down for now. I'm currently being assaulted sexually by Disney police. I'm currently being sexually assaulted by Disney police.
I will note for defense of the police that they are just they were softly walking him along to the patrol car. Very softly. I've seen much rougher scenarios for people that have been up to shiesty behavior.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything wrong. This guy was just kind of out of his mind, which is what we assumed when we had read the article about him in the last one.
Yeah.
And hey, you spot that top he's wearing? I remember you were
Oh my
pointing that out
God.
last time.
This guy, he's such a character. I don't even... He's got this, like, spaghetti top. Like, it's definitely a girl's, like, plaid lumberjack-style shirt. But more importantly, he's got these, like, Spider-Man lines drawn up and down his body in the same black that's smeared all over his face.
I think
So, again,
they
how
got
much meth do
smeared
you
in
have
the
to smoke
scuffle.
to make this meth ink?
Yeah, the meth facial with the charcoal crystals.
Oh, man. And speaking of mentally out of it people, it leads us to our next person. We go from I am the law to I am God. Now, where might this have occurred, you might ask? Well, Florida, of course.
Yep.
A Melbourne man decided that he was going to hop out of his car on a busy causeway and strip naked. And I guess police arrived pretty promptly. They don't take kindly to naked men dancing in the rain
No?
down in Melbourne, Florida. No, not at all. They treat that as the top code. Code 1. Boom. Red flag, all units show up. Like, that's it. And so I guess several police officers had to wrestle this naked man in the causeway. And I could only imagine the sight for onlookers because apparently there was quite a few.
Well, yeah, he kind of blocked traffic from what it looked like.
Yeah, and they were worried he was going to jump off, maybe try to commit suicide. After, the abrupt scuffle here, he was handcuffed and taken into custody, and then they had turned him over to the hospital for an evaluation. Now, there's no note in the article whether he was on, any type of drug or whatnot, but I'm going to assume it's just natural mental illness has struck this one.
Maybe it was Morgan Freeman appeared in his car and
God.
gave him the powers of God for the moment.
That would drive a man crazy enough to jump naked into the middle of a road.
Well, maybe he gave it to the wrong person.
Yeah. What a terrible spot to stop, like, right over another road. Like, jamming up a little, like, overpass type deal.
Yeah.
What a
I'm
dick.
not surprised the cops tackled him, for his own safety.
Yeah, you can't be playing Frogger. Fucking streaker.
Playing Frogger on the overpass.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how sweet your dance moves are. They're shutting you down.
All right. Moving on to another person who thinks they're God. Our a man we constantly bring up on our tech segment, Elon Musk. He's slamming Tesla's drive for a union and instead offers free frozen yogurt.
Ooh. Who does not? Who doesn't like frozen
I was going to say you sound enticed.
Yeah. I wish my job offered free frozen yogurt.
Right? I guess the employees at one of Tesla's factories where they put the cars together, the employees want to join the United Auto Workers in efforts to unionize. And Elon Musk is against this because he believes that the United Auto Workers are in cahoots with Big Auto, essentially, and the large automakers.
Oh, okay.
So he's claiming, we have to be in it together, and if you give the company time, the stock options that are provided will pay off, and it'll all be worth it. But they have some safety concerns along with pay. And I guess his answer to it is, hey, we're going to give away some free frozen yogurt. We'll put free frozen yogurt stands around the factory.
Tesla yogurt, baby. Who doesn't want it?
Right? And he said he is also going to have what he calls his personal favorite, a Tesla electric pod car roller coaster with optional loop and no loop roof.
What?
It'll allow fast and fun travel throughout their Fremont campus, dipping in and out of the factory and connecting all the parking lots.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. It's like, it's Friday, bitch, I'm out. I'm hitting the loop.
Right? I mean, the article I'm reading, which is actually off of BuzzFeed News, sue me if you don't like BuzzFeed, they go in deeper to the business end of it and the unionizing versus not unionizing within Tesla. But I'm interested more in this free ice cream and roller coasters.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of an incentive for a lot of businesses.
Yeah, it's like unionize and fight for increased wages and benefits. Frozen yogurt and roller coasters.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I don't know if it's the best move, but if it's an option that's on the table and we can talk roller coasters.
He's enticing the inner child.
Yeah,
Strong
it's definitely,
play.
it's something.
Strong play, Musk.
It is a strong play, because what do you say when someone puts roller coasters on the table? Are you going to be like, no, we're not sacrificing our morals and values for roller coasters? And then you'd be like, hold on, Jim. We need to take a step back and comment with this no roller coasters talk.
I think a roller coaster could fix a lot of situations here.
Let's all have a bowl of ice cream and talk this out.
Yeah. Do we have sprinkles? Oh, we have 5 different types of sprinkles. Yeah, see, this makes it more difficult.
Stop eating the free ice cream while we debate the roller coasters.
It's going to melt.
So yeah, that's what's going on over at one of the Tesla factories. Free ice cream, roller coasters, and people caught up in gears. I don't know about that last part. I might be making that up.
Oh man, I hope there's nobody caught up in gears. Oh,
you put roller coasters in a factory, people start not paying attention. Someone's getting caught up in gears.
Yeah, you're true. Well, hopefully
especially while they're eating ice cream.
Yeah,
not looking where they're
not
going.
paying attention. Yeah, they're walking into the tracks of a roller coaster mid loop, coming back
Bam.
to the loop. Oh man, that's
It better be an elevated one.
Well, speaking of people or beings being stuck in situations, our next story brings us to a dog that likes to be stuck in a quite funny scenario. Now, in Nanticoke, Pennsylvania, a 45-pound Siberian Husky named Maverick has managed to open a window, break out the screen, come out onto the roof. It's more than a second story. It seems that it's there's a basement that's above ground too. He's up on a 3rd roof, technically. The beginning of the 3rd floor.
It's sort of like the thing over the porch.
Yeah. So he's a brave little guy. He's just hanging out up there. Apparently the firefighters had to come. They received calls that this dog's lingering on the roof. Nobody wants a dog on the roof. He's going to fall off, break his legs. So they show up. They managed to get him right into the house again. He's a friendly dog. He's a real character, this guy. So they play with the dog, get him in the house, and they do their deed. They head back to the station. Couldn't even make it back. The dog's back on the roof somehow.
Get that dog off the roof.
Get the dog.
It's back on the roof again.
Put him in a room that's not near this window. Like, what is going on? Crate this dog. Firefighters got things to
Just
do.
want some fresh air.
This husky needs somebody to play with. Get him a playmate. Get him a dog sitter. Bring him to the dog park. I don't know. Doggy daycare.
So this happened all fairly quickly.
Yeah, man. He was just playing a game. He's so friendly looking, this dog. I just can't. It's smiling in every picture. There's not a picture where it doesn't like. You're like, oh, look at that happy dog, hanging out the window.
Tongues hanging out.
Yeah, he's like hanging out the window, like smiling, and tongue hanging out, like looking at the reporters. The fucking screen's mangled on the fucking roof.
Yeah, he definitely just like punched it out.
Yeah, man. I wonder how many screens they go through in this household. Yeah, all the firefighters had nothing but pleasant things to say about it. I mean, hey, I'd rather deal with a dog than a fire.
Yeah, that's a better day to have to go deal with this cute dog here.
Yeah. Man, he's playing with it being so high, but I mean, dogs have no fear.
Right. So in our next story, we're also dealing with some emergency personnel. This time it's wildlife officers. But, you think wildlife officers would be more competent than firefighters in terms of dealing with animals.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That'd be the assumption.
One would assume.
It did not go so well for this Asian black bear.
I like bears.
This bear was killed in a helicopter accident.
Whoa.
By Thai wildlife officers.
What kind of sick person gives them the control of the helicopter and just lets them have at it? I mean, no matter how well
he had his pilot's license. They had already cleared him.
Dedicated bear. I'll give him that.
He had, I think, over 100 hours.
Oh,
but the problem was
or simulation. That's the difference.
It was simulation.
Bears in simulation. Man. They're probably a lot better.
Rumor has it he was on tranquilizers.
God damn it, man. There's always a deeper secret to the story.
True. So, to give you guys the real story of what happened here, the Thai wildlife officers were transporting this Asian black bear after it had been caught near a village, and the bear was sedated but reportedly woke up and panicked and fell out of the net that it was being hoisted in below the helicopter.
Jesus, man.
So it panicked, and the bear was like...
Can you imagine? Like, they shot the fucker. He thought he was dead. He woke up. What the fuck is this? I'm flying.
Oh, man. We feel for this bear. Matt wanted to name him Kite, the Thai word for kite. Yeah. I don't know if we... I don't remember what that is.
I don't remember what it is, actually.
But it'd be more like kite with a hole in it.
Yeah.
Like a kite that doesn't fly too well.
Bent kite. Oh, poor fuzzy
I'm putting this on you, Thai wildlife officers. There's an investigation that's going to happen because they believe that they did not weigh the bear properly and they didn't give it enough tranquilizers. Well, duh, it woke up.
Man.
And... on top of that, it says that Asian black bears are social animals that need to stay with their packs. Flying the bear to a new location could end up with the bear being mauled by other bears.
Yeah, man. So yeah, he
was destined for death.
You're gonna put him on somebody else's
Maybe he knew
turf.
what was up.
You're gonna start a war, and he's gonna get jumped and killed. God damn.
Maybe he knew what was up and he just dipped. He was like, I
this,
can't. You can't fly me away.
He knew the turf that they were bringing him to.
He's trying to just get out of there.
Yeah. Fuck, man. That bear deserves a hell of a memoriam, Fucking put their hell on his way out. He deserves a Viking burial.
Hell yeah. The coolest of them all.
The most badass way to leave this realm. And in our next story, in Scotland, children that were studying Norse history decided that these goldfish that had passed away that they had in their classroom deserved the actual Viking burial themselves. Now, they built small longships and brought them out to a pond and actually lit them on fire. They didn't have the bow and arrow, as true Norse funeral would have.
Doesn't count.
It's not exactly a true.
Doesn't count.
Don't tell them that. Come on, they're just kids. Primary 3 and 4 pupils.
It's like who's the best archer here in the third grade?
Oh, man. They're so young. You can't just give them a bow and arrow and tell them to hit the goldfish. They're never going to succeed.
Of course you can't. You got to light it on fire first and then tell them to hit the
That's when
goldfish.
the fucking gym teacher gets all ego and he's like, give me that bow. I'm going to show you, kid. And he fucking sinks the goldfish.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
straight through.
And then the arrow pops back up with a goldfish just like stuck. Oh, it's not good for anybody. But I think the idea behind this is actually pretty cool. I mean, they're studying the Norse and the Viking burial comes up, and they actually get to enact it. So I mean, that's pretty cool, man. It's kind of brutal for kids, but I mean, hey, it's not America, so I mean, the ideals are a little bit different anyway.
It was kind of like a remembrance ceremony for them, and like, I mean, I wonder what happened to the fish. It never really stated.
It didn't state, but I'm assuming they didn't really burn all the way up. These little ships don't look like they caught that much flame.
Oh, well, no, I meant like in terms of like how they died.
Oh. Yeah, well, they just said they died recently. They were gifts for Christmas, actually. Like Christmas pets.
Wow. Those fish didn't last long, but they got a hell of a funeral.
Oh, man, one hell of a way out. One could only hope. I'd rather that. Come on. Don't put me in the cement. Put me there.
That's a better way to go than how the critters in our next story are going. Sticking with the Vikings theme, we're talking about the Minnesota Vikings shiny new stadium. That's a giant death trap for birds.
Does it attract them? Or what's going on there?
It's one of those glass buildings.
Oh, man.
Most of it is glass.
Glass
so
is birds' kryptonite.
Yeah,
we've all seen the
videos.
videos.
Work out for them.
There's tons of videos.
They just sort of
poor birds.
thunk right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was in a dining hall one time in college, and a bird flew into it, like the glass, and everyone turned and looked. It was just like, what the fuck?
Hopefully the poor guy made it.
That was one. This in this case, the brand new Viking stadium that cost $1.1 billion is killing birds in mass. 3 volunteer groups found 60 dead birds around the stadium after a 2-hour monitoring period. In addition to the dead birds, there were 14 stunned birds.
Oh, man. They had to bring them back.
It was a gruesome scene, they said. They have tweeted out a picture. City Pages, at City Pages on Twitter, tweeted out a picture of a dead bird. You shouldn't use Twitter to show dead birds. This is terrible. I'm going to read the names of the casualties who were suffered. There were 21 white-throated sparrows, 9 ruby-throated hummingbirds, 1 snow bunting, a.k.a. snowflakes, which is an uncommon sighting for birdwatchers. And the birdwatchers in the area had said they've never seen anything like it in downtown Minneapolis.
Jesus Christ, the Great Bird Massacre.
It's terrible. And that was just one day. So it's probably killing them like crazy.
Oh, man, it's putting birds on the endangered species list.
So I had an idea. I'm just throwing this out there. Fix your little bird death problem. Throw some vinyl advertisements over some of the glass, some of the higher glass. You know, put like
Vibrant
the Vikings
shit.
logo or something like that. Block it off. Save a couple of these birds, because 60 dead birds and 14 stunned birds.
All right, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and you're talking like, let's go 5 years in the future. How many birds will it take until you do something about it?
Yeah, I guess the Vikings and Minnesota Sports Facilities Authority proposed a 3-year, $300,000 commitment to study the stadium's lethal hazard to birds. And the head of the Audubon chapter of Minneapolis is Ann Laughlin told City Pages that the study won't yield any results as long as it's made out of glass. U.S. Bank Stadium will continue to be a bird-killing machine.
Oh, God.
It's a bird-killing machine.
I just keep thinking about all these poor birds, man. Something must be
I mean,
done.
I know that's a common thing that's brought up whenever people talk about wind turbines. 'Cause I know those will knock birds out of the sky too.
Yeah.
And reflectors for solar also take birds out, and then oil gets all over birds too. Birds are just taking a hit from everything, man.
Yeah, man, they're getting it from all sides. All sides. God, let's stray away from this death that we're sticking to. We're going to go to the positivity of life. In our next story, we're going to talk about a female giraffe recently gave birth on a live feed. This all occurred at Animal Adventure Park in Harpersville, New York. Now, the live feed began on February 22nd when the pregnant giraffe was going into actual labor. 20 million viewers actually have tuned in to watch this, and it was suspended. It was flagged for nudity and sexual content.
Someone clothed that giraffe.
Look at all those teats.
Put pants on that giraffe. 2 pairs.
God.
Because that's the only way it would work, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, what do you put a shirt on the front part?
Oh, I guess, right? Drape it. I mean, kind of
2 pairs of pants? How's that work?
But what about that neck? All that neck showing. God, cover that up. It's too much.
To be shirtless with just a big pair of pants?
So, apparently, the belief from Jordan Patch, the owner, is that animal rights extremists are behind the flagging.
Oh,
Allegedly.
Okay, so they're against. I could see the rationale behind that if they're against.
Captivity
the
reason.
giraffe.
Yeah, a lot of people, everybody has an opinion on it. Whether you think it's for science or whatever, and then the other side, you might think it's not okay to keep these animals in such small captivity when they should be roaming large masses of land. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to stay out of that. But I just think it's ridiculous that the nudity and sexual content flag on an animal video got passed by YouTube. Yeah. But granted, I mean,
it's animal birth.
We were looking into it, and they get 300 hours of footage every minute.
Yeah, that's a lot to handle.
Yeah, it's easy to overlook something like that, I guess.
Be like, what's this naked giraffe doing? Let's shut this live stream down.
Don't shame the giraffe for nudity and sexual content. She's a confident giraffe.
She's an independent woman.
Yeah, just no.
Giving birth.
It's only natural.
Well, that story actually brings us into our next segment here, Troll of the Month.
I am not a troll.
We've been trying to pick, a person or group of people who are just being trolls, just trolling people, being dicks,
worst.
being jerks,
bringing out the worst.
Or just being kind of funny, which in this case I'd say it's kind of funny.
Yeah, this is the ideal trolling.
This is the trolling that doesn't do any harm, just sort of makes everyone laugh.
Yeah.
If they're in on the joke.
Yeah, exactly. I just hope that nobody was... Yeah, get into it.
So the same live stream in question from the last segment, the giraffe that was giving birth, when it wasn't being shut down due to nudity, it was being bombarded with people who were trolling by saying that giraffes lay eggs.
Wait, they don't? Oh.
Were you watching that live stream? Tweeting out giraffes and egg pictures.
I mean, who comes up with this shit? Like, I want to see the source. I want to meet the person that just thought, like, hey, let me put this out there.
Yeah. I mean, the people were complaining that it adds no education. The live stream adds no educational value, and the mockery of the giraffe and nature. Some people got pretty bent out of shape over it,
okay.
I guess.
So they had reasoning.
Yeah, the people were getting all pissed off, and people were tweeting. Like, the people that were getting pissed were the ones who actually wanted to see the birth. And the trolls just kept on saying, I'm Team Egg, hashtag Team Egg. Because they're just they're trying to say, people tweeted out, I'm sorry, but y'all deserve to know that the live stream is fake.
Starting a movement. I like it.
The baby giraffe graced the world 3 hours ago, and they had a picture of a giraffe coming out of an egg. Hashtag
man.
Team Egg.
Man. Truth.
There was another one, which came first, the giraffe or the egg. Hashtag Team Egg. So it's like it's a big hashtag fake news, hashtag Team Egg. It's people actively going out there and trying to say things that are laughably wrong.
Yes, yes.
And if you
this era,
can't get
it's nice.
frustrated with it.
No, in this era, it's kind of it's enlightening. It's lightning to the mood that's overall set in media these days.
Yeah, it's that's a lot funnier than you find a lot of that kind of stuff on YouTube. Go check out some of the live streams. I got some that I'm subscribed to, which are pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, when you first told me about it, I was assuming they were like flat earthers, but no.
It seems more like they're just trying to like either get people riled up.
Which you will have in the flat earther community, some people like that, but there's some people that believe that. I don't think there's many people that would actually believe giraffes come out of eggs. I'd hope.
Yeah,
I'd hope.
Yeah.
It's just,
and for anyone out there who thinks that that's the case, giraffes are mammals, therefore they give live birth, and I think there's milk involved.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Ever have giraffe milk?
Hence the teats reference earlier.
Yeah, ever have giraffe milk?
No, man. I would love to. If we ever go to Africa, man, that's a to-do list.
Some giraffe, go milk a giraffe.
You just can't go to the store and buy it. You got to get the experience of chasing down a giraffe and milking it.
Big Matt, that's a guy giraffe.
Damn it!
Stop.
I knew something was
Stop.
wrong. What the fuck?
Just chase down the next one.
I'm shutting the news down. This is it. We're moving out of the news.
Moving out.
Leads us to the next segment, which we're going to do some music. Now, me and Jesse have both chosen artists, and more specifically, a song from each artist that we would like to share with you and give you a listen to, give you an idea what these guys are about. Now, I'm going to start it off. I chose Beta Blocker, BETA BLOCK 3R. They replaced the last E with a 3. I just wanted to be clear about that before we get into this. Now,
it's good to do that, otherwise people will be all pissed off when they can't find it.
When they can't find it, yeah, you'll find Beta Blocker the definition and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Deep rabbit hole. So, Beta Blocker is two guys that are from LA. They're like an electronic, they label themselves as a grindcore band too. I don't know why they do that. They're not really grindcore. But the song that I really like from them is called In My Head, and it's kind of taken off a bit. It's been out for a little more than a year now, and they're popping up all over. I've seen them on numerous Spotify playlists, and I've seen them get like different references on different music sites and whatnot. YouTube, they always pop up. They got a shit ton of plays on there as well. So yeah, this is In My Head from Beta Blocker. Alright, so hopefully you dig that song. I like it. It's a very upbeat. It's got a wild feel to it. Kind of retro feel at the same point, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, definitely retro. That's a really good way to describe what was going on there.
Yeah. They're fucking. If you guys check them out on SoundCloud, that's like the main hub they use. SoundCloud.com. Go check out Beta Blocker with a 3 replacing the last E on Blocker. And yeah, they're pretty interactive. They talk to people on there, so you can reach out to them. They're pretty chill. Get at them.
Yeah, that's awesome. You always have really good suggestions.
Thank you, sir. I love music.
You're trying to keep up on them. I'm just getting into Spotify again for like the 4th time.
Ha! I love Spotify. I'm always on it.
It's always better for finding new stuff because it seems to force you to listen to different things.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to explore new like releases or different tastes.
You don't get stuck in a hole unless you make like a playlist.
Yeah, it's easy to do that too. You can do that on Spotify too. Make a playlist and listen to that over and over and over.
Right. Well, one that actually came up during my search of Spotify and in trying to find my suggestion for this segment was Minus the Bear. It's they're a band that I've always enjoyed. I've listened to them for a while. I like some of their older stuff. I'm refamiliarizing myself with their newer stuff because, like I said, I get stuck in a music hole sometimes. But they're still doing things. As I looked into what they've been up to, they have a new album dropping this week. So by the time this comes out, it'll be available. It's called Voids. It comes out March 3rd, and there's some singles off of it that I had the chance to listen to, which were pretty good. I've chosen one of them. I was going to do one of their older songs called Ice Monster, which everyone should still go check out.
Yeah, it's a really good tune.
But instead, I decided since, they're dropping a new album, it'd be worth it to have people check out the new song from it. So the single I chose was Invisible by Minus the Bear.
Have you ever told the whole truth? Little lies and lies and lies and lies. It's part of being human. It's part of believing the illusion of the soul. Little lies. The foundation that you built yourself on. It's all your fault. If there's any justice at all, the stone you lay, all the ledge behind you. I know how dry it's been. No, you're not invisible. You're not invisible.
Okay, so that was Invisible by Minus the Bear. Definitely check them out. Like I said, they have a new album coming out. Their sound is cool. It's kind of their older stuff was more I want to say psychedelic in a way.
Oh yeah, very trancey.
Trancy, yeah. And this newer stuff is a little bit more. It's like the edges have been more refined, and it's not as all over the place. It's closer. It's a little bit more poppy, I would say, than their older albums.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see this new release that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. They're touring right now too. So if you are in Idaho, Utah, Colorado, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, DC, they're going all over the place in March. So check out their website, minusthebear.com, and you can get tickets and check shows there. you're interested in checking them out after this, give them a listen here.
Yeah. They're probably amazing in concert too. Definitely, probably a high energy band. I fucking have always loved Minds of Air. So good. And so that leads us to the end of the show. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We love you. If you want to check us out, get at us on our main hub, AmericanSlackerPodcast.wordpress.com. You can also check out our Facebook or Instagram by searching us American Slacker Podcast.
You can also send us an email, AmericanSlackerPodcast@gmail.com. Did you say that?
No, I did not.
Okay. I don't want to be repeating the information.
You're good.
It's already been said here.
But you've wasted the time already, man. Come on now.
You can also find us. They love sticking around for these parts.
Yeah, come on. It's a highlight.
You can find us on Twitter and Reddit at AMERSLKR Podcast. That's AMERSLKR Podcast on Twitter and Reddit. You can check us out on our personal Instagrams. Matt's is
MWG Media is where you'll find me.
And mine is Landers the Plane. You can also check out our Patreon. That's where you can become a sponsor of the show. By supporting the show at different levels, you're able to have a shout out from us or ask us a question that we'll answer on the show along with your name. If you look at it this way, we put out 4 shows a month. If each episode was 25 cents, that would be a $1 donation. Anything that you guys give would be awesome. And even if you don't give us anything, just hearing from you is awesome.
Yeah, just reach out. Give us a rating on iTunes.
Oh, and don't forget, on our next episode, I think we should have a conclusion to the Mark Hunt, Alistar Overeem bet that was made.
Oh,
I believe that's this Saturday.
Someone will be $5 richer. It's going to be me.
And poorer.
It's going to be me. I'm going to be the richer one. I'm telling you.
We'll see how it goes.
I've got confidence, man. I've got confidence.
To ramp everyone up. So make sure you tune in for the next episode.
Yeah. All right, people. Until next time, we love you. And that's it.
There you go.